And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to the Sherpa Live channel where I read you some cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. Now, yesterday was a slow day, a weird day. I don't even know what was going on yesterday. It was like, was it busy? Was it not busy? Like, I did the blockchain movie night we have here at the Crypto Club, but I fell asleep during it, and something was going on because I was streaming the documentary from YouTube, and for some reason, this screen that I usually share with you with all these news articles paused every 20 minutes. Like, have you noticed that with YouTube? Like, does it do it? Is that just a Brave browser thing? I don't know, but like, I passed out, woke up, was like, oh, wait, what? It's paused? So, yeah, yesterday was a weird day. Slow news, and yeah, just tired. Could have been the full moon. But now I am back, and we have a jam-packed bunch of news articles to go with you. And yeah, the first one is like, did this rumor really spike Bitcoin up 4%? So yes, let's dive right on into it. So the rumor is like RFK Jr.'s dropout and his potential to endorse President Trump boosted the price of Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin's price jumped like 4% just now, and like I think we're at what? Let me see if I can find it. Boom! Like yeah, Bitcoin is at 61. We jumped to like 62% right there, 62,000. So I don't know. It feels like that rumor did pop it up. But yeah, let's go through this article to learn a little bit more about it. So, Trump may be about to receive an endorsement from the top independent candidate who could sway the results of the November election. Bitcoin surged by 4% back to $61,550 on Wednesday as speculation grew that RFK Jr. may soon exit the 2024 US presidential race to endorse Trump. Now, the news has reestablished Trump as a betting favorite to win the November election, which is thought by analysts to have major implications for Bitcoin short term price movements. Now, as reported by ABC News, RFK Jr. will drop out by the end of the week, with sources saying he will endorse Trump. Now, when contacted directly, RFK Jr. did not confirm nor deny the rumor. Now, this comes after Kennedy's running mate Nicole Shanahan hinted in a recent podcast appearance that he and Kennedy have a difficult decision to make as whether or not they should put their efforts behind Trump. Now, according to Polymarket, crypto bettors now believe RFK is 97% likely to drop out of the race before November. They also view Trump as 52% likely to win November's election versus Kamala Harris and 47%. Now, it is funny out there, like, people are bidding on the Polygon market. Like, there's places you can make bids, and so far, the political campaign, I didn't cover the article, but it has been dominating the bets on, like, who's going to win, what's going to happen. And yeah, so if you want to check it out, go to Polymarket. But yeah, people are favoring Trump now. But late on Tuesday, Alex Jones of InfoWars also reported that RFK would soon endorse Trump and might be consideration for various cabinet positions under Trump's administration. According to 538, Harris has a 2.8% lead on Trump in national polls, and Kennedy, meanwhile, is polling at 4.9% nationally, meaning his share of voters could swing the election result. Now, the price move is response as accumulated in $104 million in crypto liquidations within the past 24 hours, says Glass Show. So, yeah, so what do you think? Was this rumor what really popped the news, or was there some other news out there that I just happened to miss? Because I have a couple on here, but I don't think would jump the price of Bitcoin to do it. But no, I think actually this could be really big news. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, that was our first news article we have for you of the day. We still got plenty more to go through. And the next one up is coming from El Salvador. And yeah, they're about to give 80,000 government employees Bitcoin certifications. Now, in this post, El Salvador isn't slowing down on its Bitcoin obsession. President Nayib Bukele has decided to train 80,000 civil servants in the fine art of Bitcoin. The National Bitcoin Office, which operates under the Presidential Office, has announced plans to launch a comprehensive certification program focused on Bitcoin. They'll also be bringing Bitcoin education to public schools using open source courses like Me Premier Bitcoin and No Nation. The goal to integrate Bitcoin deeper into the country's economy and the everyday lives of its citizens. Now, here is a tweet from the Bitcoin office saying that El Salvador will soon begin providing instructions and certifications to 8,000 public servants. And yeah, Stacey Herbert was saying El Salvador keeps winning because we keep building to the very highest standard for 3 years now. And the Bitcoin office has been trailblazing the path upon which all other nations will follow. And who knows, maybe Trump will get on this board too. Like, we need to start educating educating the civil servants, the people, the public, just everybody here about cryptocurrencies. Like, help them get their false narrative out that the mainstream media is already pouring their mind. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's not. Like, yesterday's documentary played Bitcoin Day, or I forget which one it was, but it came out in 2016, and just hearing those people, like, what they say, it's like we see Nick Spanos going, "Hey, do you want some Bitcoin?" And then they be going like, "Oh, I know what Bitcoin is. I want this," which is fiat money. I wish I had a dollar bill on me. Wait, hold on. I do got one. I would rather have this. And I was like, oh, those people are so dumb. If they bought that Bitcoin at that time, oh, they would be definitely well off. But no, we definitely need to educate our citizens more on it. But let's continue on with this article. The certification program, called Certification in Public Administration 1, is a 160-hour virtual training session split into 7 modules. These modules cover everything from the basics of Bitcoin to legal and management aspects of using it as legal tender. Stacey Herbert, the director of the Office of Bitcoin, believes that educating civil servants will have a compounding effect on the country's Bitcoin-driven economy. She already is planning more educational projects to push this vision forward, as she puts it. She says these educational projects are very low time preference commitments to the long-term success of El Salvador and its Bitcoin tech policy. After President Bukele's re-election in February, the administration has doubled down, ignoring the International Monetary Fund's grumbling about ditching Bitcoin. Vice President Felix Ulloa pointed out that the Bitcoin law has gained credibility around the world despite the critics. Now, of course, El Salvador is mining Bitcoin too. The country has ramped up its Bitcoin mining operations, tapping into its unique geographical features. While the initial excitement around Bitcoin was huge, everyday use hasn't exactly taken off yet. Sure, a lot of people downloaded the Chivo wallet app when it first launched, but many haven't used it much beyond collecting the initial incentives. Now, the law that requires businesses to accept Bitcoin, only about 20% of businesses are actually following it, and most of them convert Bitcoin sales back into US dollars immediately. Now, while all this is happening in El Salvador, Bitcoin stash has been looking pretty healthy right now. The country holds around 5,750 Bitcoin, valued at over $375 million. Now, this boost in value is partially thanks to the recent approval of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds in the U.S., which I will be covering an article later on about how much has been. Maybe I'll move it a little bit further if I can find it. But this increase in value is a big win for El Salvador, which has been holding onto the Bitcoin despite the ups and downs in the market, and the government's decision to stick with Bitcoin is starting to pay off, at least financially. And the future might be volatile, but for now, things are looking up. And yeah, like, just by them doing this already and having their businesses like already having it, even sure only 20% is using it right now, that is still like, it's getting ready for them. Like they say, most people are like, what is it? Most people are already like switching it back into US dollars, and then I just lost my train of thought there. But no, they said most people are using or swapping it back to US dollars, but wait till the US dollar collapses and it's gone. And then they already have the tools in place where it's like, oh, well, that's fine. Like, let's like start accepting it. That's when I feel that 20% is going to shoot up even more, because what else are they going to use? So yeah, so they definitely prepare themselves pretty smart, genius actually, because we always said like 4 years ago during the last halvening, or the last halvening was like, oh, these guys jumped in early, they made it legal tender. Yeah, they're going to be very successful when this really does take off. So that is our El Salvador news for you, and now let's move on to the ETF news. So I had to switch to my camera so I can move some angles around. But yeah, let's go over some BlackRock's. Oh wait, this is the Ethereum inverse. This isn't the Bitcoin ETF, which still is doing good, but I guess the Ethereum ETF is doing just as well. So this one's coming out of Cointelegraph, and BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust approaches $1 billion in net inflows, says Morningstar. Now, the ETHA will be the first Ether exchange-traded fund to crest the $1 billion mark. So yeah, BlackRock is definitely always the one who's winning. Let's hear about more. BlackRock's Ether exchange-traded fund has reached approximately $1 billion in net inflows, underscoring its lead among rival ETFs. Oh, that's a tongue twister. But according to data from fund researcher Morningstar shared with Cointelegraph, that according to Morningstar, the iShares Ethereum Trust has pulled in $992 million in net inflows, putting the fund on track to surpass the $1 billion mark imminently. Now, it's very likely, but not a certainty, that the ETHA will crest $1 billion in net inflows by close of market on August 21st. Brian Amore, director of passive strategies research at Morningstar, told Cointelegraph, "I believe a single creation unit would put it over the top." Now, the Ether ETF's net assets are slightly below $1 billion. They are at $837,898,429 as of midday August 21st. Now, because Ethereum's underperformance since the ETH ETF started trading in July, two things impact net assets, which are net flows and performance. Poor performances has kept net assets much lower than the total net flows into the fund, Ahmed said. Now, the fund issuer says that Ethereum ETFs are gaining surprising traction among registered investment advisors who direct up to half of the fund's flows in the $9 trillion ETF market. Now, a pleasant surprise to me has been the significant interest from the advisor community in ETH ETFs. Kyle DeCruz, director of digital asset products for Asset Van Eck, an asset manager that sponsors crypto ETFs, told Cointelegraph. Now, DeCruz said advisors find Ether easier to value and explain to their clients than Bitcoin because the blockchain network is cash flow producing and resembles a technology stock. Ethereum validators earn fees in ETH for processing network transactions. Now, according to Morningstar data, net assets in ETH ETFs stood at approximately $7.3 billion as they closed the market on August 20th. And Grayscale's investment, the largest crypto fund issuer with approximately $25 billion in assets under management, anticipate that more crypto ETFs will soon hit the market, which I would actually disagree with. I don't think we need any more of them. I think they're shooting down the Solana one now. It's just keep Bitcoin and ETH. That's all you really need. All the other ones, pointless. But they are saying that we're going to see a number of more single asset products and then also certainly some index-based and diversified products, Dave Lavelle, Grayscale's global head of ETF, said on August 12th. So that's Ethereum ETF news for you. It's doing pretty well. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm not upset about it. I just always think whoever puts their money into these ETFs, they want the indirect exposure to these cryptocurrencies. But in my honest opinion, the best thing you can do is just get involved with crypto. Get your company its own crypto wallet, put it in a trust or whatever you need to do. But it's definitely more beneficial to actually hold on to it because, again, that's what we say in crypto all the time. I guess most people don't say it often anymore, but not your keys, not your coins. If you don't have custody of those private keys, then it's not your crypto. So whoever's investing in these ETFs, you're not even trusting them with it. You're just filling their bags with more crypto than you. But that is the Ethereum and ETF news I got for you. Let's move on to our next article. Oh, XRP news. Oh, Amanda just left, so you won't get to hear it. She'll probably listen to it later. But yes, worldwide XRP adoption. Institutions on all 7 continents embrace the crypto space. So Ripple has been making great strides in expanding utility of its digital asset, XRP, worldwide. A new report by Tokenizer shows the institutions are now deploying XRP on all 7 continents. This puts to rest the debate on the robustness, versatility, and possibility with Ripple, especially ongoing lawsuits in the courts of the United States, which is done. Now, yet to clarify regulations, the partnerships of Ripple have done pretty well outside the US, which is evident from the growing acceptance of the technology. Now, XRP's global partnerships by Ripple. The research highlights various partnerships that have emerged in regions like South America and Europe. For example, the Bank of Colombia has tested its central bank digital currency, its CBDC, on Ripple's platform, a commitment toward upgrading the modes of financial transactions. Here's a tweet from the Tokenizer. Since Ripple's partial win from the SEC last year, we've seen incredible momentum while the US is still slowly dragging their feet. This hasn't stopped Ripple from expanding out further across the globe, though today we will look at how Ripple's XRP and the XRP ledger is being mass adopted. So here is a photo showing the SBI, approved by mass. Who are all these people? The CIB. So these are all the people that are accepting it or working with it and partnering with them. Now, in Brazil, Ripple is working with the National Federation of Associations of the Central Bank Servers in the quest to improve payment systems and treasury management. In Europe, Ripple's partnered with Clear Junction to facilitate cross-border payments from the EU to the UK. Now, this is important because it operates under the supervision of the Financial Conduct Authority, thereby making Ripple a compliant partner in this key market. Now, the Central Bank of Montenegro is also testing Ripple's CBDC platform, further solidifying its position in Europe. Now, I never disagreed that Ripple is going to make a lot of fiat money, but again, I don't want to keep collecting this. So even though it's going to do it, if I were to get it, I would just swap it into Bitcoin. That's what I would do. But like, I still just, that's just me. I prefer decentralized over centralized. But yeah, let's continue. Strong presence in Asia and the Middle East are also happening there. Most of Ripple's attention has been placed in Asia, especially with its long-term partnership with the SBI holdings. Such as partnerships would open up the use of XRP for cross-border remittances to the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. As these markets grow to become among the biggest receivers of remittances across the world. Moreover, Ripple was able to secure a major payments institution's license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, which would further help in scaling its service across the region. Now, Ripple's major gains are being made in the Middle East with a greater concentration on Dubai. The partnership with the Dubai International Financial Center paved the way for blockchain adoption in the UAE, and it was also creating an alliance with the major banks of Egypt to allow blockchain-based payments and experiment with NFTs. Now, targeting Africa and Oceania. Another key region that Ripple is focused on is, especially in terms of strengthening Pan-Africa payment systems, is Africa. Its collaboration with OnAfrique attempts to add improving capabilities for remittances for both within and off the continent. This becomes very important in a region where the greater proportion of its people remain unserved by traditional banking services. Now, it has been made remarkable progress in Oceania, especially in the Republic of Palau. This will act as a test case for a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar on Ripple CBDC platform. Now, on its part, Navati is launching a fiat-backed AUD stablecoin on the XRP ledger, further beefing up Ripple's presence in Australia. Now, a study by Tokenizer indicates that the worldwide interest in XRP has begun surging, and in sharp contrast, while Ripple's global expansion campaign, despite the U.S. regulatory challenges, is indicative, as in a why can't I say that word? It's indicative of the highest possible potential of the cryptocurrency revolution in cross-border transactions, and to continuous adoption by institutions will make the demand for XRP surge and possibly securing its status on the global financial system. I know a lot of you out there, or some of you out there, go, man, this guy needs to learn how to speak or read his definitions. I've had those comments before. I see all the comments you guys post. So for those of you out there, everyone stumbles on a word here or there. Again, when's the last time you actually read an article? That's what I'm doing, these guys. But no, so yeah, XRP is being adopted. It is being used. But again, it's working with the governments, and I'm trying to get away from the governments. But I know a lot of you guys out there love this news out there. And yeah, use this as in your ammo when you're trying to tell people to talk about it. Because yeah, you always, when you have your gun, you want to be able to shoot like every single round you can, and this is some good news articles for you. So yeah, that's our XRP news for you. Let's move on. What else do I have for you? Let's see what's coming up next. Stablecoin. We were just talking about some XRP stablecoins out there, but looks like Wyoming stablecoin might launch. So that's right. Governor Mark Gordon wanted this. It's a private issuer of stablecoins that could extend the lifespan of the US dollar by driving demand for the underlying fiat currency. So will Wyoming get it? That's a see. We're almost in Q1 of 2025. That's just a couple months away. September, October, November, literally 4 months. So we'll see. Let's go through this article. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon recently took the stage at the Wyoming Blockchain Symposium to discuss how the state was embracing blockchain innovation and highlighted plans for a state-issued dollar-peg stablecoin on track to launch in 2025. According to Gordon, who is chairman of the Wyoming Stable Token Commission, the state is currently working on backing the stablecoin tokens through the U.S. Treasuries. Now, the bill is also a repurchase agreement, and it will then reach out to exchange partners for listing sometime in Q1 of 2025. Now, a collapsing centralized system based on money printing? Gordon framed this conversation around government overreach in the form of bailouts following the 2007-2008 financial crisis caused by mortgage-backed securities and the issuance of the risk debt instruments by institutions. Now, there was a time before 2008 when capitalism was really important, and that meant failure could happen, somewhere around the 2008 timeframe. We made a decision that too big to fail is something that the government was going to stand behind. The Wyoming governor continued by explaining that this too big to fail approach is contrary to the dormant ethos in Wyoming, which sees risks as a prerequisite for real growth. Now, Gordon then stressed the importance of a first mover advantage and how Wyoming's proactive stance on digital asset regulation primes the state to capture the growth from digital assets. Now, this brought the pro crypto governor to the topic of the Federal Reserve banking system, which he characterized as a drag on innovation, pointing out that the failed history of the previous two central banks in the United States under the Madison and Jackson administration. Potentially, the challenges to a state issued dollar stablecoin? Yeah, let's find out. Wyoming established a stablecoin or a stable token commission in July 2023 through the Stablecoin Initiative, which was first proposed in February of 2022 bill. When the bill was introduced, Governor Gordon vetoed it, arguing that there was not enough information or solid business plans in place to push through the proposal. Now, the proposal also sparked debate regarding central bank competition and potential conflict between the state-issued dollar tokens and the Federal Reserve Bank. Industry executives linked Brent Zhu, CEO of UMI, and predicted that the private stablecoin issuer will come into conflict with the Fed. Conversely, and Wyoming Senator Chris Rothfuss argued that a state-issued dollar peg token would not compete with the central bank, which issues the underlying asset and the state-issued digital token would represent. So that is that news for you. So will they get? So I first vetoed it back in the day, which was weird. But yeah, I guess now they're actually going to go for it. So do you guys think there will be a stablecoin in Wyoming? Let me know down below. Or is this just another way to keep the dollar going just a little bit longer? No, we just gotta wait and find out. But that is that stablecoin news for you. Let's talk about another stablecoin, which I seem to be bringing up every day now, which is Tether. First, they partnered with Aptos to get on their blockchain, and then yesterday they printed another 1 billion tokens on the Tron network for their USDT stablecoin. And now we have Tether announces the Dirham Peg stablecoin to enhance UAE financials ecosystem. Tether's Dirham Peg stablecoin aims to offer a secure and efficient solution for the UAE transactions, including cross-border payments and trading. Stablecoin issuer Tether plans to launch a new stablecoin pegged to the United Arab Emirates Dirham, marking an expansion in its portfolio of digital assets. Developed in partnership with the UAE-based tech conglomerate Phoenix Group plc and supported by Green Acorn Investments Ltd. This project will leverage the UAE's regulatory framework for payment tokens and services. Now, the UAE Dirham Peg stablecoin. According to official press release shared with Crypto Potato, the Dirham Peg stablecoin will be backed by liquid AED reserves, adhering to Tether standards to ensure stability and confidence. This new product aims to improve international trade and streamline remittances and offer a hedge against currency fluctuations by providing a digital representation of the AED. Now, the Dirham Peg stablecoin from Tether joins the company's roster of the other fiat-backed tokens, such as USDT and the EURT. So those are the two stablecoins that Tether already has. Again, if you need the abbreviations, USDT and EURT. And now they will be getting, what is it going to be? The It's going to be called AED. Is that what they're calling it? I guess so. So that's going to be their third token under it. But commenting on the potential of impact, Tether CEO Paolo Advano said that the United Arab Emirates is becoming a significant global economic hub, and we believe our users will find our Dirham Peg token to be valuable and versatile addition. Tether's Dirham Peg stablecoin is set to become an essential tool for businesses and individuals looking for a secure and efficient means of transacting in the United Arab Emirates Dirham, whether for cross-border payments, trading, or simply just diversifying one's digital asset. Now, the stablecoin market is currently valued at $150 billion, with USDT representing over $115 billion of that total. Now, as per the company's estimates, furthermore, the industry forecasts suggest that this sector could expand to $2.8 trillion by 2028. Woo, they are playing ball. Now, crypto's adoption in the UAE. Crypto's adoption in the United Arab Emirates has surged since 2022, primarily due to the creation of the Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, otherwise known as VARA, the first independent regulator of its kind. This supportive regulators landscape has turned cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi into leading centers for crypto and blockchain innovation. Now, recent figures from BitGet's research revealed a surge in crypto use in the Middle East, with the average number of daily traders surpassing $500,000 in February of 2024. Now, the UAE is the leader in per capita adoption, reaching a peak of 106,111 daily active users in 2024 and witnessing a 68% rise in daily traders compared to its previous year. So, so yeah, adoption is happening there. Like they've always been like for the 2 years now, and just adding a stable coin to their arsenal is just that's a good deal. And partnering with Tether, oh yeah, I think that's a thumbs up right there. Again, I just covered the article on XRP and their stable coins in other countries. Like, if you had to choose, who would you rather go with, the XRP stable coin if they had one in the UAE or Tether's? Again, they're both centralized. I don't know. I feel like for me, I would go with Tether. I don't know if it's not that I don't like XRP. It's just I would need proof that theirs is going to work. Tether has been around for some time now, so they got more history. That's why I would choose them. But again, I don't hold any USD Tether because I want to see my assets grow. But that is the Tether announcing their Duran Peg stablecoin. Let's move on. I think we're now into the scams or just interesting news articles now I got for you. Yeah, I saw this article the other day but didn't report on it. But it looks like China is classifying crypto transactions as money laundering. Now, here's an update to the AML law and what's happening. Now, the measures expected to take effect on Tuesday are part of a broader effort aimed at tightening anti money laundering laws in China. Now, there have already been way too many laws regarding China. People thought they totally banned cryptocurrencies completely. They banned mining in China. As we got that article, I think that was part of the last dip we had. And like that just caused the miners to move elsewhere. But owning crypto wasn't banned. Like Chinese residents were still able to buy it just elsewhere, not in the city. You couldn't trade or sell it on their platform. So they found ways around it, which I covered many articles of it. But now they're adding this law to it too. I wonder what's going to be happening. But yeah, let's learn a little bit more about it. On Monday, Chinese authorities explicitly recognized virtual asset transactions as a method of money laundering, marking the first instance in the country that such a move has been made toward the asset class. Now, the Supreme People's Court and the Supreme People's Procurated, the country's highest judicial bodies, jointly announced that the changes during a press conference. The measures is expected to take effect on Tuesday are part of a broader effort aimed at tightening anti-money laundering laws, including specifically targeting the use of crypto in illicit financial activities. Now, the new legal interpretation classifies virtual asset transactions, including those conducted through crypto exchanges, as acts that cover up and conceal the source and nature of the proceeds of a crime. Now, Chinese authorities will now consider laundering amounts of over 5 million yuan, which is about 685,000 US dollars, or causing losses of more than 2.5 million yuan, which is half of that, so 343,000 US, as serious offenses under the law. Now, the threshold ensures that large-scale money laundering operations face stricter legal scrutiny and harsher penalties. Now, if convicted and sentenced to fixed term imprisonment of up to 5 years, or if a given criminal's detention individuals face a fine of no less than 10,000 yuan or 1,370 US dollars. Now, for sentences ranging from 5 to 10 years, the individual will be fined at least 200,000 yuan or 27,400 US dollars in addition to their imprisonment. Oof. Now, the move comes after the country's bans on ICOs in 2017 and crypto transactions in 2021, noting China's fluctuating approach to crypto. Now, speaking at a campaign event at Precision Components Group on Monday in York, Pennsylvania, former President Donald Trump stressed the importance of the U.S. remaining ahead of Chinese technology advancements. He was saying to power our country into the future, including the growing electricity demands of AI and cryptocurrencies, which is a very big subject coming up more and more, we have to stay at the top. We want to be right at the forefront, Trump said. Otherwise, China and other countries will take over. Now, China and the U.S. government are both like on par with each other for about how much crypto we have. Like, I believe the U.S. now still only holds like 203,000. That's been dwindling down since like the government's been moving Silk Road seized assets a lot faster now after Trump said we're going to keep all of them, all the money kept and confiscated. But yeah, we got to stay ahead of China. But with this law, it kind of hurts them, but it kind of still puts them in more power. So Again, we just gotta stay ahead of them and don't do business in China, especially with crypto. Otherwise, just don't go there. I will probably never step foot there because I don't know, with all these videos and everything I've talked about, oh my god, they probably throw me in jail so fast. But that is the China news, so how they're classifying this as money laundering now. So be careful out there. Now let's move on to our next article, which is a crypto phishing scam that's been happening. You know me, if I find a crypto scam, I'm reporting on it, so hopefully you guys don't fall for it. But yeah, this current crypto phishing attack drained $55 million from a whale's wallet. Yeesh, yikes, oh, that's terrible. Blockchain security experts warn against signing unknown transactions and highlight the growing threat of phishing scams in crypto. So again, just don't click on anything. Don't read every transaction you do. So you know when you send crypto, like you're signing something. Like if you're doing it from an exchange or centralized entity, you don't really have to do that. But when you're on like your non-custodial wallet, everything pops up the transaction, how much the gas fee is. Like read every little thing just so you know that you're just taking that extra initiative so that you don't fall for the scam. But yeah, so let's go through this and how this person lost 55 million. Oh, I would, oh my gosh, what would I do? I don't know. Start over, I guess, because I'm not one to take my own life. But yeah, let's go through this article. A crypto holder who signed an unverified transaction lost $55 million in crypto to a malicious actor who employed a phishing attack to steal the whale stablecoins. On August 20th, a crypto wallet owner signed a transaction that changed the ownership of 55.47 million DAI in the decentralized finance protocol Maker. Because of the signed transaction, a phishing address took ownership of the wallet's stablecoin. Now, the whale seemed to realize the mistake and attempted to withdraw the funds to a new address. However, the transaction failed because of the owner's change that already happened. Now, malicious actors withdrew 55 million from the wallet. Blockchain analytics firm Look On Chain flagged the attackers have already set the ownership to a newly created address and have withdrawn the digital assets from the platform. The attacker has exchanged 27.5 million DAI for 10,625 Ethereum, which he's probably staking right now and earning more Ether. But the analytics firm warned users to refrain from signing unknown transactions and always double check before clicking to confirm anything that requires a signature. Like I said, like it's hopefully this eventually becomes common knowledge for you for when we say like don't click on random links, don't put your information, verify everything yourself, and then like so yeah, that's what this article really goes over. But phishing attacks deceive victims into installing fake software or signing malicious transactions to steal crypto assets. The malicious actors try to trick victims into giving up their private keys and personal information or giving them access to ownership of the wallets. Now, in the first half of 2024, phishing attacks resulted in almost $500 million in losses. On July 3rd, blockchain security firm CertiK reported that almost $498 million were lost to phishing attacks within crypto space. CertiK co-founder Rongu Gu underscores the need for multi-factor authentication methods like two-factor authentication and security keys. Now, Australian-owned wallets hit by approval phishing scams. Did I cover this article? I think I did. But on August 4th, the Australian Federal Police said it was investigating losses from phishing scams affecting 2,000 Australians' own digital asset wallets. This follows up on operations led by analytic firms Chain Analysis that found the Australian-owned wallets have been exploited by approval phishing tactics. The AFP detective superintendent Tim Stainton said that the intelligence gathered from the operation shed light on new tactics by using cyber criminals. Now, following this, the Australian Securities and Investment Commission revealed on August 19th that it took down 5,530 fake investment platforms, 1,065 phishing links, and 615 crypto investment scams since July 2023. So they're doing work. They're taking them down and everything. But again, yeah, I believe now I'm kind of recalling like that article I covered from Australia. It's like they reported like 93% of scams are coming like from Facebook ads and Meta and whatnot. But or do they say like 50%? I forgot, but I think I was saying like 99% of them are pretty much all scams. So just always be careful out there. Like a common scam I will tell you is like people will message you on these apps, whether it be WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, even Twitter, Discord. You have a little bit more control about that. But no, these people message you. They build your confidence up. They make you trust them. I don't know why like the community like just falls for it. It just feels like from at least Millennium and beyond, the newer ones, like the younger generation, like we just get it. We know there's scammers out there. We know there's fake people, not real identities. Now people are kind of waking up because of AI being impersonators. So hopefully, like eventually, they just eventually learn not to click on these or befriend these online people unless you truly know them. Like, there's no promise to get rich quick in this space. Like you may be going, oh, there's tons of people who do it already. They trade, they make all this stuff. Like traders, even maybe 1% are the ones that are successful in it. Like the only way to be very successful is like you're trying to secure your asset and hold it for the long term. And like if you're trying to make quick bucks, go to Vegas, go on Russian roulette, spin that thing, and boom, there's a way you can make some quick money. But don't try to think you're gonna get that in crypto. That's just one narrative that has to be done. But yeah, so be careful out there with phishing attacks. Do I have any other phishing news out there? No, that was our last one. But yeah, so that was our last article for you of the evening. Let's take a look at that fear and greed index right now. We are at 45. We're still in neutral, but we're up 1 bar since yesterday. Bitcoin again is at $61,291. Again, yeah, we're up 4% off of the rumor of RFK Jr. endorsing Trump. Ethereum's at 26,000. Well, that's just up because of the ETF inflows going on. Tether New still holding that number 3 position, so which gives me a little bit more confidence in USDC stablecoin out there. Solana is at 143. Do I think it will hit $1,000 this bull run? You actually never know. Could be. Then would Binance token hit like 15? Lots of predictions out there with coins. Don't think XRP will hit $1,000 because I see the articles out there, what people predict. I don't report on them because again, they're just predictions. When people come to the crypto club and they go, I want to make funny fast, it's like well, I can't help you out there and help you long term and securing your assets. Or they're like, what was it? They come in and go like, what's going on with crypto? Bitcoin is like, nothing's happening. It's like, yeah, we've been going sideways for the past month. It's been at 59, 60. It's like, I just have to say, it's like, I don't have a crystal ball, but like, I think, I don't know, closer to election time, let's look at previous cycles, like for when stuff happened. Like, how do you do that? You go to the coin itself on the exchange. So here, let's click on Bitcoin, and then you can literally track like the price all the way back since its beginning. So right now we're at like what, the 1 day mark. You can click on the 7 day. You can click on the 1 month. Let's click on the all time, and then you can zoom in on these guys to see. Well, you should be able to. My computer's moving a little bit slow, but you can zoom in, see the dates, compare them like with previous cycles. Some people out there are saying like we're looking like 2017 era bull runs. Some are saying like we're kind of following the 2020 bull cycle, because again, like it kind of doesn't make sense. Like they're trying to introduce monkeypox out there. Last time was COVID. I don't think that's really going to do anything. But cycles don't always act the exact same way, but they do rhyme, and I always like to take that to heart. So yeah, so that's all the news I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if so, please smash that thumbs up for me, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I guess the Crypto Sherpa is out. I need a new little catchphrase out there. I was watching Miss Teen Crypto. It's like, stay zesty. It's like, man, I wish I had a catchphrase. But no, I am seriously out. So I will see you next time, guys.